Today, on the sacred day of unification and unity, the day of the Grand Cross and the Grand Trine, we call our conduit Magenta Pixie, so we may download to her information that is pertinent for all across the planetary sphere that you know as Earth, Gaia, Terra. Whilst indeed the 1111 is always a significant date within the geometric energetic frequencies that affect consciousness in an alchemical unification, and plant seeds for a great alchemical unification that is a core structure for the fifth dimensional reality, the core template that you know as Ascension or Paradise Timeline, we speak to you today on this day, 1111, as there is now a clear stream channel without interference from the hijacking of the higher grids and thus what you may know as higher mind or higher brain. Our conduit has always been able to bypass these infiltrations, yet now the Starseed Collective does the same. The ability to connect with the structure you may know as Guardian Angel or Guardian Races is now in a state of rapid expansion on a roller coaster direct trajectory for critical mass. We speak to you now of the energetic shift that holds seed points in your now time on this date upon which we moved into a merge with our conduit 11/11/2020, and the events that shall now rapidly occur in your months of November and December 2020. The most significant time here is your December solstice, the 21st of December 2020, the day of reckoning, if you will, the day of liberty through the unification of the Starseed Collective, who, as an army of light, if you will, surround your planet with love, light, compassion, and truth. Prior to this date, you have a significant date, which is the 13th of November 2020. This is the Friday, the 13th of November. There are other dates with mini energy spikes, if you will, coming in quick succession throughout November and December, with a stream of revelations, events, and mini event horizons, if you will, occurring in parallel to one another, simultaneously to one another, across your planet. We shall speak more of these converging event horizons at another point in time. Within this specific transmission, we wish to speak of the Friday the 13th, 2020 date and its energetic symbolism and meaning. The Friday the 13th has for many years upon your planet been a significant and revered day for those who practice the black arts, for it represents that which is hidden and that which is in secrecy. In truth, any section of time or geometric imprint holding the power of 13 has always held sacred frequency, if you will, for geometrically it is the fractal core aspect of a stargate. These stargates, created by the sacred 13, are both big and also small, if you will. Within your time period that you call week, the Friday also holds its significance from days long since past. And these sacred moments in time, acknowledged through the calendrical counting system, have been distorted, inverted, and hijacked. We are not here with our presentation of code to our conduit at this time to speak of the historical significance of the day of the week that is Friday, or indeed of the power of your number 13. Yet these areas of study, when cross-referenced with an open heart, bring much wisdom to the seeker. We are here at this point in time as we enter alchemical unification and merge with our conduit. And through her, the entire Starseed Collective network. For at this time, on this date, your 11th of November, 11/11, you are unified through your belief systems and paradigms as you connect to the grid of unity. We have said before that as you enter the most challenging times upon your planet, you also enter the most connected times. This is the case at this point of the 11/11 gateway, which is the date on which we connect with our conduit, Magenta Pixie, and thus with you, the Starseed Collective Network. You are now as one to us. We see you as one mind, one heart, one soul. Your challenge, your shared emotional space, has connected you into the configuration that is the Starseed Collective Network. You have entered alchemical unification. Indeed, you are in what we may call baby stages from our perspective as to where we are, yet you are in advanced stages from the perspective of those who still slumber within third-dimensional states upon your planet. From their perspective, you are masters, indeed ascended masters. Have you moved through an ascension process at this time? Indeed you have. Your ascension plays out within the etheric bodies and higher fields, yet also so too does it play out in the physical realm. You have entered the Starseed Collective Network as an alchemically merged unification due to your ability to stand in knowing when all upon your physical reality level tells you all is lost, all is hopeless, all is at its end. Your hearts and connection as one has allowed you to stand strong in unification, as you have looked at the reality you are being shown, and you have been able to say, all is found. This is but a new discovery. All is joyful. All is as it should be. And the new reality is just the beginning. You have taken the override system, or the overview, with the clarity of one who can move with the newly activated fifth dimensional Merkaba through fields that no longer hold interference or hijacking. Here you have found freedom and the greatest love that even for our conduit, as she translates our higher signal broadcast into words, cannot put into words, for this love must be felt, and felt it is. How we marvel at how much you love one another, how you would bow down in service to one another, and give one another your last morsel, if you will. You are the ones who hold the keys of compassion. And no matter how you may struggle in integrating these newfound wisdom codes, it is your abundance of compassion that allows you to truly step into the archetypal presentation of Ascended Master. This is you. When taken in humility and not God-complex ego thought structure, this is you. Yet, as you know, there are those who take the structure of Master through the God-complex ego thought structure. And these are behind-the-scenes controllers that have misled you and hijacked you and your brethren for many a year. We speak now of these beings, also your brethren, yet who stand in opposition to you at this time. It is not that you have called for division or polarity, For as you are ascended masters and warriors of light, you hold only unity codes within your collective starseed heart. Yet you have arrived at the place of ascended master through integration, and it is opposition, division, and polarity, and the integration of it that has afforded you the ascended master status, and thus your alchemical unification. When the opposing team, as it were, let us refer to them as the Dark Masters, stand in opposition to you in direct attack, you move into the position of defense. This is how the polarity rays occurs upon your planet, and how the warrior with the sword discovers he or she is also the healer, the guru, the lover, and the personification of all that is unified and all that is divine. The Dark Masters call out the warrior in you. Yet it is the warrior who holds the higher keys of compassion that shall succeed in the defense of self and of other and of humanity. For when the warrior with sword embraces the archetypes of healer, guru, and lover, he or she becomes the unified and the divine. And in that space, there is nothing to defend oneself from, and there is no attacker. For all is one and all is unified. There are no sides. There is no polarity. Knowing this brings you into position of warrior on the ground with sword held high. And that sword is the quill, and that sword is the truth. That quill, now in your year of 2020 and what you may call modern times, is perhaps the keyboard or the pen or other digital communication device. Yet naught has changed from the days of kings and the subjects who fought for their freedoms through the power of the quill. For the pen is mightier than the sword. This old adage is that which you embody now as digital warriors or cyber shamans, if you will. We speak of the Dark Masters, those who draw your warrior aspect out to face them as they stand before you and your sleeping brethren. You are the wall of defense, and they cannot and will not pass through you, for you work together as one, and you are much, much larger in number than they are. They underestimated you through one simple fatal flaw in their thinking. They underestimated naivety and innocence as weakness, when in truth it is your strength. With that strength, you turned inwards to the organic, the Akash, the records of all and everything, and thus you became filled with knowledge, and through your worldly experience you became wise. Yet those who hold ascended master status now and stand as the wall of defense for the people of Earth, Gaia, Terra, never did lose the innocence, and that is what made them immune from the extensive hijacking upon your planet. Now, through alchemical unification on the 11/11/2020, you move as one. We speak of these Dark Masters, for as you attain your status of master, they lose theirs. You cannot be a master if those that you draw into polarity with you, those you are aiming to enslave, are also masters. This makes you equals, and any underestimation which has occurred tips the scales in the favour of those you underestimated. Yes, indeed, we present polarised image And we do this in order that you may know that you are both warrior and priest. In the times of planetary completion, you must be both archetypes if you wish to ride the waves of ascension into New Earth. The 13th of November 2020, that falls upon your weekday, that is Friday, so Friday the 13th, is the long-held covenant with the Dark Lord. Each day for millennia, the spell is strengthened with renewed vigor, and the living consciousness that is death, destruction, decay, disaster, chaos, cataclysms, and war has been upheld. On this day, Friday the 13th, 2020, that long-held spell is broken. Why? It is broken due to the revelatory movement that brings light to the darkness and makes known the unknown within the sleeping human structure. With this revelatory movement is right action. This, the power of two, becomes the power of three through the multiple epiphanies that constitute the Great Awakening. A new level of critical mass is thus reached. Yet this mini-event horizon does not just happen, if you will. It is made happen by you, the Starseed Collective Network on Earth. You move as one at this point. The knowing creates the feeling in the heart of excitement, relief, rejoicing, and celebration before the event has occurred. We repeat, the knowing creates the feeling in the heart of excitement, relief, rejoicing, and celebration before the event has occurred. The 1111 gives you the clear path to unity, the clear channel to higher connection. But the 1311, or indeed 1113, however you present the numerological symbology, gives you the hidden structure to be presented as no longer hidden. As you come together in your sacred prayer, unity ceremonies, and Merkaba meditations on the 1111, you merge with the living unified structure itself and embody the pure oneness of Source. As you come together as warriors of light, holding those unity codes, as you stand before the beast as a wall of defense, whilst still knowing you are at one with your oppressor, you break the spell of all that is hidden on the occult day that is Friday the 13th. You do this through love, knowing, confidence, and self-empowerment. This Ascended Master ability amongst the innocent and the wise has reached critical mass. Therefore we say join together in sacred union at this time from 1111 into the 1411, and especially on Friday the 13th of November, wherever you are in the world. For this is the beginning of the fallen structure actually falling in the physical reality. And we shall say again, this is the beginning of the fallen structure actually falling in the physical reality. Rejoice with cohesion, and you shall see magic. The rejoicing we speak of is not tinged with vengeance or the desire for retribution, or to mark or punish, as the dark controllers do hold. It is the rejoicing that is tinged with embracing the abundance of freedom. It is forgiveness of and love for your opponent that gives you this. even whilst you know and understand the opponent is a worthy one, as in, the structure holds power. That power now dwindles through lack of sustenance and the inability to hold the hidden structure. This is the time that as you share with the world the knowledge that has been underground for many eons on your planet, so too do you reclaim the sacred power of the Friday the 13th energetic, hidden only as the 0 point is hidden. Hidden only as a fucus, the 13th gateway within your zodiac has been hidden. Hidden as free energy power, yet repressed no longer, for now what is hidden steps out of the shadows and is embraced by the world. You, Starseed Collective Network, Ascended Masters on Earth, you show the way. We are the white-winged collective consciousness of 9. What is karma? Are there ways we can balance this and become karma-free? Is there a particular nutritional plan we should follow for ascension? Do we increase our karmic balance by eating certain foods? How can we utilize sex magic to work with karma and move through ascension? There are many lessons we can learn from the peoples of ancient Lemuria, a civilization that existed before our known history on planet Earth. As we move through an ascension process collectively, we move back into a new Lemuria, and we take with us all the knowledge we have accumulated since those times. In this transmission from the white-winged collective consciousness of 9, key codes are presented for cellular memory recall, linking the reader beyond Atlantis and into the harmonious frequencies of the first physical civilization on the Earth, Lemuria. The 9 respond to questions using the Lemurian way as a template. Key-coded responses trigger activations within the reader as they receive the wisdom codes, standing as rainbow warriors of Gaia, moving into abundance, alchemy, and Stargate ascension. This transmission is dear to my heart, and I'm so very pleased to announce my new book, Lessons from a Living Lemuria.